Merely because a path is laid does not mean you are compelled to walk it. Discovering your own inherent worth diminishes interest in the opinions of those who fail to perceive it. At times, desires go unmet, not due to lack, but because something superior is intended for you. Learn the art of finality with others, not in anger or distress, but simply concluding the interaction. Occasionally, the heart requires more time to embrace truths the mind has already grasped. Existence improves profoundly when you unilaterally determine your value, rather than submitting it to collective consensus. The past remains immutable, beyond revision or erasure. It can only be embraced. Conduct yourself with integrity, yet expend no energy seeking validation for it. Sometimes, the reluctance to heal stems from pain being the last vestige linking us to what is gone. Discussions about your emotional state should not dissolve into conflict. Many from your history carry an image of you that no longer aligns with your present self. Nothing constrains progress quite like the burden of issues you actively avoid. Safeguard the joy of your current moments from the shadows of prior sorrows and anxieties about the future. That you maintain compassion despite enduring hardship is a testament to your profound inner fortitude. Never cease extending kindness. Indeed, clinging on can inflict greater injury than simply releasing your grip. Relinquish the fantasy that circumstances could have unfolded differently. This obstructs your connection to the now. Everything you seek is already within reach, awaiting only your alignment with it. The positive energy you introduce into the world consistently finds avenues to return to you. Never suppress the expression of your emotions and aspirations. They are unique opportunities with no second chance. You merit someone who remains steadfast, not one who merely reappears after leaving. They fail to recognize their misconduct because their circle normalizes such behavior. Nothing truly departs until it has imparted its necessary lesson. There are moments you feel the urge to vanish, when in truth, you yearn only to be truly seen. And a future day will arrive when you will smile and reflect. This bounty surpasses even my deepest hopes. It's a curious truth how, day by day, little appears to shift, yet looking back reveals a landscape transformed entirely. Only those who genuinely care perceive your silence. For inner tranquility, abandon the need to decipher every event. Simply exist and absorb life as it unfolds. Somewhere, a stranger still holds memory of your kindness, shown when others did not. Authentic resilience is forged in the instances you choose to ascend when expectations are for your collapse. Either resolve the challenge or move beyond it. Never coexist with it indefinitely. Do not deplete yourself for individuals unwilling to reciprocate your investment. Turning a page can be difficult when a certain presence will be absent from the next chapter. Yet, the narrative must continue. Cherish the instants before they transition into recollections. While the events that befall you may be uncontrollable, you possess the power to refuse being defined or diminished by them. Extend courtesy universally. Remember, it is everyone's first journey through life, just as it is yours. How others conduct themselves reflects their internal state. Do not internalize it personally. Persistently clutching worn materials will only allow you to construct the same form repeatedly. Do not trade lasting security for fleeting comfort. You belong among those who have witnessed your vulnerabilities and nonetheless choose to remain. At times, the most difficult place to navigate is the landscape within your own thoughts. Invest more time with those who reaffirm your truest self. Perfection is not the requirement. The aspiration is merely to be someone dedicated to ongoing improvement. It is acceptable to hold affection for individuals you no longer wish to have present in your existence. Approach life as if granted a second traversal, aiming to bypass the missteps of the initial passage. Healing isn't a return to a prior state, but the shedding of what broke you to forge a stronger identity. When the journey becomes rough, You secure yourself within the vehicle. You do not abandon it. Respect your own boundaries sufficiently to avoid engaging in disputes with those determined to misinterpret you. You are not behind schedule nor ahead. You occupy precisely the position you are meant to. That someone navigates adversity with apparent ease does not imply the weight is not considerable. External appearances can mislead, and individuals may wrestle with burdens greater than they reveal. Cultivate your own domain with such focus that you lack the time to inspect the apparent prosperity of another's. Occasionally, peace is contingent upon departing without definitive answers. If a matter will be irrelevant in 5 years, dedicate no more than 5 minutes to distress over it. The past functions as instruction, not perpetual penalty. Regret cannot rewrite it, nor can worry shape the future. Anchor yourself in the present, for it is the sole location where genuine transformation occurs. Opportunity still exists to evolve into the person you envision. Attempting to alter others is futile and inappropriate. Cease expecting others to grant you a level of regard exceeding that which you accord yourself. Exercise discernment in placing your trust. Trust is earned incrementally, not bestowed automatically. There is no age limit on removing individuals from your life. Life offers numerous chances to err, providing an equal number of opportunities to correct course. Do not make yourself excessively available to anyone, lest your significance wane. A rocking vessel does not necessitate abandoning ship. Discontinue the pursuit of perpetual happiness. Constant joy is unattainable, and that is perfectly acceptable. You do not appreciate everyone you encounter, so release the concern of universal approval. Sometimes, despite making every correct choice, you may witness them disintegrating around you. The task is simply to gather the remnants and persist in moving forward. Nothing life presents is worth the cost of excessive worry. Explanations become unnecessary when you recognize that others interpret solely through the lens of their own perception. Do not cling to your errors merely because considerable effort was invested in them. Regardless of your virtue, you will occupy the role of antagonist in someone's narrative. Life necessitates challenges. Were every desire instantly fulfilled, what would be the purpose of living? Decline counsel from anyone whose advice you would not value. Eventually, you will recognize that others hold sway over your life only if you grant them that authority. Decline more often than you later wish you had. Act on your intentions rather than falling short. Discipline your thoughts to identify the positive in each circumstance and view every event from its most favorable angle. Release the expectation of constant agreement from others. Refrain from actions you would later feel compelled to conceal. Aligning with what is right for you will inevitably displease many. Any contemplation of the future remains speculative. If counting your closest confidants requires more than one hand, perhaps your role as a friend warrants reflection. Many things are worthy of concern. Avoid correcting others when overlooking the matter is a viable alternative. Life is not bound by your blueprint. You must navigate its course as it unfolds. Nothing befalls an individual that they are not inherently equipped to withstand. It is never too late to pivot your life in a wholly new direction. And the impact of a single day holds profound significance. Life's teachings will cycle until their lessons are absorbed. Gaining a different vantage point transforms perspective. It enables the recognition of insights that perhaps should have been apparent much sooner. Why remain tethered to yesterday? Because yesterday has already released its hold on you. Stress is often confused with obligation. In this life, your sole requirement is to prove yourself to yourself. The constraint is not a lack of time, but a misplaced priority. Immerse yourself fully in every aspect of your life. Your concessions and efforts will ultimately yield reward. No one grows weary of loving. Rather, they tire of protracted waiting, deception, making assumptions, offering repeated apologies, and experiencing continuous hurt. Do not retain individuals in your life who do not value and respect you, commensurate with your regard for them. The inclination to surpass someone else is precisely what prevents you from doing so. The crucial element isn't being knocked down, but the action taken upon rising again. A person of character possesses the capacity to acknowledge errors, the wisdom to learn from them, and the strength to rectify them. Endeavor to embody the guidance you needed in your younger years. Strive for incremental progress in daily learning, leveraging past experiences as resources for the future. Another's perception of you is not obligated to become your lived experience. Not every person who speaks to you pleasantly is your ally. Our lives are shaped by the chances presented, including those we permit to pass by. Shifting your internal view alters the external world you perceive. Saturating your mind with positive concepts provides resilience in any situation. You can never truly know another individual unless you could occupy their consciousness. Their authentic nature remains ultimately inaccessible. It is not our capabilities that reveal our true selves, but the choices we make. You implicitly instruct others on how to treat you. Never attribute to malicious intent what can be adequately explained by simple lack of awareness or competence. Understanding when a phase is concluded is essential. If someone seeks to diminish you, it merely confirms your position above them. Never deny yourself an experience solely because it is unfamiliar or uncomfortable. It could prove to be a defining and enriching part of your life. If you exclusively assign blame for your troubles to others, do not anticipate improvement in your circumstances. People possess long memories. Forgiveness does not necessarily entail forgetting. Things deemed impossible remain so only until they are not. Prepare your children for the challenges of life, rather than attempting to shield them from all difficulty. Do not succumb to fear simply because immediate answers elude you. Understanding will unfold through your experiences, guiding you toward your own fulfillment. Escaping negative consequences from a poor decision does not transform it into a good one. Exercise caution with your words. Even if harsh statements are forgiven, the pain they caused may prevent them from being erased from memory. Avoid leaving a legacy of hurt and regret born from ill-considered utterances. Assume responsibility for the direction of your life. Recognize that your path to your desired destination is paved by your own efforts, not external forces. Pursue advancement, not justifications. Seek esteem, not mere visibility. Opportunities can manifest as obstacles and obstacles as opportunities, contingent entirely upon their interpretation by the individual mind. When offering an apology, avoid adding qualifiers thereafter. Either the sentiment is sincere or it is not. Our sole decision is how to utilize the span of time granted to us. Life moves swiftly. Neglecting to pause and observe occasionally risks missing its essence. Anger acts as a corrosive agent, capable of inflicting greater harm upon the vessel containing it than upon its intended target. You can only lose that which you grasp tightly. Universal approval is an unattainable goal. Therefore, do not structure your life around gaining everyone's acceptance. At times, the significance lies less in the specific choice made and more in the act of making a choice and committing to it. Focus on governing your actions, not merely controlling your emotions. Attend to your conscience and act ethically, regardless of the personal cost. Self-respect is beyond monetary valuation. We extend our lives by actively engaging in the process of living.